32. Emma never believed she would fall in love again. At 37, she had learned how to live quietly with coffee brewed for one, weekends filled with long walks, and a heart guarded behind invisible walls. Her divorce 3 years earlier hadn't been dramatic. It had ended slowly, painfully, with silence replacing affection, as two people realized they had become strangers. She told herself that love was something she had already lived once and survived. Then she met Daniel. Daniel was 41, recently divorced himself, and carrying the kind of sadness that didn't shout it, just lingered softly in his eyes. They met in the least romantic way possible, standing in line at a small bookstore cafe in Brooklyn on a rainy Saturday. Emma dropped her phone while reaching for her wallet. Daniel picked it up before it hit the floor. "You'd think after surviving a divorce, I'd be better at holding on to things," she said lightly. Daniel smiled, just a little. "Some things are meant to be dropped," he replied. That was all it took. They ended up at the same small table, rain tapping against the windows, sharing stories that started casually but slowly deepened. Books led to work, work led to marriage, and marriage led to the quiet honesty that only strangers seem to offer. "I don't think I'm built for love anymore," Emma admitted, staring into her cup. Daniel looked at her carefully. "Don't think love stops working," he said. "I think people just get tired." Something about that stayed with her. Over the next few weeks, they kept meeting, never planned, never forced. Sometimes at the cafe, sometimes walking through the park, sometimes just texting late into the night when loneliness crept in. There was no pressure, no labels, no promises, just comfort. One evening, as they walked along the river, the city lights reflecting off the water, Emma stopped suddenly. "I should tell you something," she said. "I'm scared of falling again, of trusting someone with the parts of me that have already broke once." Daniel didn't rush his answer. He stepped closer, not touching, but close enough that she felt his warmth. "I'm scared too," he admitted, "but I'd rather be scared with you than alone without you." The words landed softly, but deeply. The first time he kissed her, it wasn't dramatic. They were standing outside her building, the night quiet. Daniel brushed a strand of hair from her face, hesitating, giving her time to pull away. She didn't. His lips met hers gently, almost cautiously, like he was asking permission. The kiss wasn't hungry, it was healing. Emma felt her breath catch as years of guarded emotions loosened in that single moment. When they pulled apart, she laughed softly, surprised by the tears in her eyes. "I forgot how this feels," she whispered. "So did I," Daniel said, resting his forehead against hers. Their relationship grew. It wasn't perfect, but it was real. They talked about their exes without bitterness, about mistakes without blame, about fears without shame. Some nights were filled with laughter and slow kisses, others with silence and understanding. One night, after cooking dinner together, Daniel pulled Emma into his arms in the kitchen. Music played softly. They swayed without dancing, bodies close, breathing in sync. He kissed her again, this time deeper, more confident. Emma responded without hesitation, her hands resting on his chest, feeling his heartbeat. The kiss was slow and lingering, filled with longing and trust. This wasn't young love. This was chosen love. There were setbacks. Days when old wounds reopened. Nights when doubt whispered, "What if this ends too?" But, instead of pulling away, they leaned in. One evening, Emma finally said the word she'd been afraid of. "I think I love you," she said quietly, her eyes on the floor. Daniel lifted her chin gently. "I know," he said, "and I love you too. Not because you're perfect, but because you're brave enough to try again." The second chance didn't feel like starting over. It felt like continuing, wiser, softer, stronger, and when they kissed now, it wasn't about escape, it was about home. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Heart Talk Stories, where love is felt, not rushed.